Hi everybody, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting with me today. I wanted to, this is going to be just a short, quick video. I just thought I'd share my autograph collection with you all, just so you can see some of the celebs I've met. I just go to cons and stuff, so I've met a few that I really, really like. They aren't huge stars except for one is, in my mind, pretty huge. But anyway, here we go. So this is Dana Ashbrook. He was in Waxworks. He was in Twin Peaks. This picture is from Twin Peaks. It was a Twin Peaks event I met him at. He was Bobby in Twin Peaks, and he was super nice. We spoke to him for about maybe 45 minutes. Super duper nice. I talked to him about Law and Order Special Victims Unit because he is in an episode of it. So we talked about that for a little while, and he's in a really great movie now called, I think it's called Ice Cream in the Cupboard. It's kind of sad. It's about Alzheimer's, but it's really good, and I believe it's on Amazon. But anyway, I met Dana Ashbrook, and he was super duper nice. I had a question about music that was in Fire Walk with Me. He was able to answer it. Not only that, but he played it for me. He had it on his phone. But just so nice. So nice. And this is Sherilyn Fenn. I think she is one of the most beautiful women in the world. I love her. I've always loved her. My dad loved her. Eric loves her. And again, super nice. She's probably, even though I've never met really like a crappy celebrity, she's probably the nicest one I've ever met. Again, we talked for a really long time, and she is just lovely, and she's so sweet and not stuck up at all. But look, this is from the first time I met her. Look at that. But yeah, gorgeous lady and so nice. The second time I met her was about a year later, and I don't know if she remembered me, but the guy with her that was, I guess her handler, he remembered me. So yeah. And then here, no, I didn't meet him, but I did meet Harry, James Remar. He called me sweetheart and shook my hand. We had to wait. His plane was an hour and a half late, and we had to wait for him, but he was very apologetic and very nice. We also met Dee Wallace. She was nice enough, but she wasn't like over the top with it. But she's older and she's probably over it. But I did tell her the story about how when Marshall was little, I had this teeny tiny little wind up E.T. toy that I've had since I was about 11 years old. And he made me throw it away. And I threw it in the garbage can, just put it in the top of the garbage in the kitchen, because I was going to take it out when he wasn't looking, but that wasn't good enough for him. He wanted me to throw it in a big garbage can outside. So I pretended like I did that. He knew I didn't do it, so I had to throw it away, but I did end up retrieving it, so I do still have it somewhere. But my son hated E.T. He thinks he's scary. Look at him. He's not scary, he's sweet. But anyway, she got a kick out of that story. I'm sure she's heard all kinds of stupid stories, though. And then we've got William Zabka from Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. And one of my favorite 80s movies is, what is that movie where the girl, she dresses like a guy? Just One of the Guys. I love that movie. It's one of my favorite 80s movies. But yeah, I met him. He was very nice. He got a kick out of me. I told him that I used to hate Johnny until I saw Cobra Kai, and then I was like, I get it. And then up here, way up here from Waxwork, is Zach Galligan. I was distracted by something, so I forgot to get him to personalize it for me. But he was really nice. I showed him when I did a makeup look of Greta Gremlin from Gremlins, and he liked it. I mean, of course, he's not going to tell me, this is shit, don't show me this crap again. So he may have not liked it, but he told me he liked it. And this is, let me get the light reflection out of the way. This is Amy Steele from Friday the 13th, Part 2. Also from April Fool's Day, a couple of my favorite 80s horror movies. Now she was cool. I told her about the time me and my mom were watching Friday the 13th Part 2. Like every Friday night we would have a scary movie, like a movie event. It just always ended up being a scary movie, and my mom would get a treat and we'd share a treat and watch a movie. So me and my brother and my mom were all watching Friday the 13th Part 2, and at the end when Jason walks in and jumps in the window, because this is before your standard jump scare, and Jason jumped through the window. My mom, we had lemon meringue pie, and my mom like jumped and she flipped her plate up, and the lemon meringue pie literally hit the ceiling, and it was a ceiling not unlike that, and so we had to clean it off the ceiling. And then this is Alec Winter from The Lost Boys and Bill and Ted fame. We talked to him about he makes documentaries, so we talked to him about a couple of his documentaries. Of course, he was Marco in The Lost Boys, the first vampire that was unalived. And then this is Julie. Hold on. This is Julie. She played Julie, Deborah Foreman, from Valley Girl. 3 of her movies are like my 80s trifecta. So she was in Valley Girl, which I loved, Waxwork, which I loved, and April Fool's Day. Those are like 3 80s movies. Like if I'm really feeling 80s, I'll watch those 3 movies. But she was really nice. She is teeny tiny. And then Ralph Macchio. Susie Weber told me I was never going to meet Ralph Macchio. That's not really her name. I'm just making up a name for my 11-year-old best friend. She said I was never going to meet Ralph Macchio. We loved him from 8 is Enough. And I met him and I told him. She told me I was never going to meet you, and here I am. So, yeah. And then this is Martin Kove. This wasn't the first time we met him. So this is Kreese from Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. We talked to him for a really long time, and the lady that was working with him was trying to get him to hurry, and he was crabby with her. He was like, I'm talking to them. So we met him about 22 years ago at a softball game charity for children with cancer. And I had Marshall with me, and he talked to me, and he held Marshall, because Marshall was a baby at the time, and he was, stop it. So it's more like 24 years ago. And he remembered the game, because he was pointing out other people on the team, and I'm like, yep. But he gave me this autograph, but then he also made one for Marshall that I didn't have to pay for, because you have to pay for the autographs. But we talked to him for a long time. And he had told me before, when I met him, that I was going to see him again in 20 years and my son was going to be grown up and fine. And I told him, you're right. He's grown up and fine. So there's that one. And now it's another Dexter one. Still didn't meet him. I met Rita from, Julie Benz. She played Rita from Dexter. I know she's in other stuff, but that's really all I know her from. I never saw Jawbreaker or anything like that, but she was sweet, but it was the end of the day, and you can tell she was really tired. And then we met, no, that isn't Rob Zombie, that is Bill Moseley. He actually brought cookies for children, like if children were there with their parents, he gave cookies out to the kids. But yeah, and he is actually very handsome in person. And Ivy League educated too, by the way. And then I met Greg Nicotero. You all know him from The Walking Dead. We talked about like my makeup that I do, and he wanted to see some pictures, so I showed him, and he loved them. And he goes, so are you trying to get in the business? I said, no, I just do it for fun. So I'm nowhere near good enough for that, but he told me to keep practicing. But yeah, he is very nice, very tall. He was drinking tea. I told him I'm a big tea drinker also, so no big deal. And then Harry Hamlin. Such a dreamy jaw, but I met him. He was getting ready to go do a live panel, and they were like, he doesn't really have time for anyone right now, but come back in about an hour. But he said, no, I've got time. I've got time. They'll wait for me. And I know you see him right there. But yeah, Harry Hamlin, he was so nice. I told him I was going to buy some of his wife's makeup, but I said I couldn't because I had to come here and meet you, so I needed my money for that. So that was kind of funny, but he was really nice. He said Sam Worthington from the remake of Clash of the Titans didn't want to get a picture with him at the premiere. So that's weird. And I just realized he's holding a snake there. I didn't realize that before. But he was very pleasant. And anymore. And we also met Steve Sutra from Exodus, but I don't know where that went. And then we met Jason Patrick, so that was fun. I told him me and my sister just loved him, and I told him about Sleepers and how that movie really upset me, but it's excellent. And I told him how the manager that worked at the movie theater had a crush on me, and I told him I didn't realize how inappropriate that was at the time, because I was very young. And I said, so he would let us come in and just sit there and watch The Lost Boys over and over and over again. I said, I think he's in prison now. And then, Flutter, Flutter, Kiefer Sutherland. So nice. Very, very nice. Very sweet. I'll show you the picture of me with him, but I don't like it. I like him in it, but we had our picture taken together. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to wear a freaking gown. It's not really a gown. It's just really kind of big on me, but anyway, so these were all from Spooky Empire and MegaCon. And one other thing, I have a painting, but it's kind of packed away. I'll see if I can get it out. But Mr. Eyes is the artist who does all the artwork at Gideon's Bake Shop at Disney Springs. And there's another location. And I bought one of his prints. Let me show you. Right here, I just loved it, and it's autographed, and it's numbered. I thought this was just super cute, and I really love Gideon's Bakehouse's decor. I can't eat their cookies, but I can enjoy their decorations. Oh, and then here's the Sutra one. Yeah, he was really nice. We actually hung out with him at the bar, and we talked for a long time about cooking. So anyway, so that's it. Those are all my autographs and my... I need to get to another event. Malcolm McDowell is going to be at Spooky Empire in August, but unfortunately it's the weekend right before I'm supposed to go to Disney World, and I just don't know if I'm going to be able to squeeze it. And can you not kitties, don't destroy my Funkos. Okay. All right, well, that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to everyone later. Bye.